Good evening. My name is Captain Michael O'Hagan. I am the Public Affairs Officer for the 106 Rescue Wing. The 106 Rescue Wing specializes in worldwide personal recovery of pilots, military personnel, and civilians by air, land, and sea during combat and peacetime. First, on behalf of the men and women of the 106 Rescue Wing and our extended family, I want to offer up our most sincere, deepest condolences for all those affected by this horrific tragedy. Most especially the loved ones and families of our fallen. Our hearts and prayers and support go out to them through this difficult time. As indicated in an earlier report from the Department of Defense, at approximately 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 15th, 4 New York Air National Guard airmen were part of a 7-member team who died in an HH-60G Pave Hawk helicopter crash in western Iraq. 106 Rescue Wing personnel were operating in support of Operation Inherent Resolve, the American-led coalition operation to defeat ISIS in Iraq and Syria. The crash does not appear to be a result of enemy activity. The crash is still under investigation, so please understand details cannot be released at this time. Among our fallen were Captain Christopher Zanetis, known as Trip, age 37, of Long Island City. Chris was an HH-60G Pave Hawk helicopter pilot. He joined the 106th in 2008 and was a member of the FDNY. Trip recently joined a law firm, Debevoise Plimpton in New York City as an associate. He's deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. Captain Andreas O'Keeffe, 37, resident of Center Moriches, also an HH-60 Pave Hawk helicopter pilot, and he was an Air Guardsman who worked here full-time. He joined the 106 Rescue Wing in 2013. He deployed to Iraq 3 times, and also to Afghanistan, the Horn of Africa, and Texas during Hurricane Harvey. Master Sergeant Christopher Raguso, Goose, as he was affectionately called by us here, just turned 39 the day before the crash. Of Comac, he was an HH-60 Special Missions Aviator, flight engineer. He joined the 106 Rescue Wing in 2001 and was also a member of the FDNY. He deployed to Iraq, twice to Afghanistan, once to the Horn of Africa, and to Texas and the Caribbean for Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. He leaves behind his wife Carmela and daughters Mila, 6, and Eva, 5. Staff Sergeant Deshaun Briggs, 30, of Port Jefferson Station, was an HH-60 Missions Aviation Flight Engineer. He joined the 106th in 2010. He was a full-time military member here. He deployed to Afghanistan, Texas, and the Caribbean for Hurricane Harvey and Irma. He leaves behind his wife Rebecca, son Jaden, 3, and daughter Ava, 2. These 4 brave men were all assigned to the 101st Rescue Squadron. So you understand, in the 106 Rescue Wing, we have 3 flying squadrons. The 101st are the helicopters, the 102nd are the HC-130 airplanes, and the 103rd are our pararescue team. At present, we are awaiting the arrival of our fallen heroes from overseas back to Dover Air Force Base here in the United States. We expect this to take place sometime over the next few days, at which point they will be prepared with dignity, honor, and respect for their return to their loved ones to travel to their final resting place. A family assistance representative is there for each family, and they're there to provide care, service, support through this difficult time. These members know these men, and they have served alongside each other. We have a team of professionals dedicated to helping loved ones through this entire process, and our wing is dedicated to offer the highest honors we can as we put our heroes to rest with full military burial, as desired by the families, as they wish. We will respect their wishes. We will mourn the loss of this 7-man team from active duty, guard, and reserves. As said best by one of our brothers in arms, we will continue your legacy that others may live. Now, if you have any questions, I'll try my best to provide any answers or insight that I might be able to provide under the current conditions. So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you to our community that we serve in for the support. Has been overwhelming, and we are so incredibly grateful for all those who have offered words of kindness and support to the families. This is where we live and serve, and our hearts are broken. And if you have any questions, I do my best to answer.
Can you give a sense of when they had been expected to come back prior to this accident?
Sir, yes, so basically the way that works out is, at present, we are unable to release any operational details as to the security of folks that we have serving. We don't want to put on any details that could put folks in harm's way.
Will there be a memorial service here?
So the way this works is the members are transported back to the United States to Dover Air Force Base, and as each family wishes, we will do our best to honor and respect the wishes of the family, and some members will be traveling back here to Long Island, where others may not. That's still up in the air, so we're awaiting the final decision of the families on some of those issues.
Was Mr. O'Keeffe, was he from Long Island, originally? I know he lived in Center Moriches now, but...
I do not know if Andy was from Long Island originally. I'm not sure. Same as yourself. I believe I know he did have some time with the DC Guard and elsewhere. Served in an RC-46 mission as well, RC-26 mission. So I believe he actually came to us later in his career.
Can you talk about the sacrifices these folks make just to be part of this and
sure.
deploy in Iraq?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. So I think it's important for folks to understand that we are the Air National Guard. So what that means for folks that are outside of the know is we are citizen airmen. We serve and do this role and train to the highest standards and are able to deploy worldwide and carry out the job and the function and execute the mission. But many of us have another life as a civilian and in civilian deployment. As you saw, with two of our members are in the FDNY. One served at the law firm shortly a while ago, and so it's very, very common. That's the composite of our wing. The 106 Rescue Wing is made up of people that are some full-time, some part-time. Could be everything from FDNY to police officers to nurses to teachers to business owners and everything in between. So it is a very unique situation in that all that experience from the outside world is brought to bear and helps make our wing better in carrying out the mission. So whatever they do in uniform, they may have a whole different skill set that comes to, you know, help out in what we do as we go out there and do our jobs around the world.
What's the mood like inside here? I mean, how are people feeling?
I think that everyone's processing differently, I'm sure, but I can absolutely say from the top level of leadership down to the most junior airmen, everyone is absolutely feeling the weight of this news and saddened, and it's no other way to put it than heartbreaking, because as we serve alongside each other and get to know each other and deploy and spend time together doing the mission, it's you can't help but be crushed thinking about their families and all those that love them. And I think it's a state of shock in a big way. I think people are still reeling in shock from the news.